All right, friends, it's T-Man, and I'm back, my friends, and we're back with guess who? JasonBlaha, our friendly neighborhood gym slave, lifting fitness slave. Yeah, man, he's looking really pretty here. Look at those knees. It's be the sarcopenia kicking in, man. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, let's review this video. Let's see what he says here. So, carnivores promoting honey shows how absurd this ideology is. It's not an ideology, man. It's just your natural diet. It's natural food. Unlike the unnatural food that you're eating and engineered fruits and vegetables. Let's get this straight. Your fruits and vegetables are engineered, and the other food that you're buying in the market is processed. That's what he eats. He eats a lot of engineered and processed food because he likes that. Because he's poor. He's on food stamps or whatever. I don't know. He can't afford natural food, so he's so angry and upset. So he has to put down everything. But honey, I don't know, it could be toxic. I'm not sure. Maybe they're following these hunters when they couldn't, catch an animal. They ate some honey in the forest. So maybe they saw something somewhere and they figured, well, we'll just follow what they're doing. But you don't need honey, man. You don't need any of that. You need natural food. What is natural? Animals are natural. There you go. They eat the grass, you eat the animal. It's not absurd. Let's review this video. Yeah, man.
Hey everybody, it's JasonBlaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about something that really highlights the cognitive dissonance and sheer mental illness of the carnivore movement, and that is the fact that
right off the bat he says the mental illness, the sheer mental illness of the carnivore movement, whatever. Okay, carnivore is actually a natural diet, Mr. Blaha. It's your natural diet, and this is your diet, Mr. Blaha. Here's your diet. Let's go find your diet. Okay, your basket, your beautiful basket diet. Now here's a girl, she's carnivore, she's intelligent. Here's another lady that went carnivore. She's a super athlete at 57. She's 10 years older than you, and she's a super athlete. She's better than you. And this is you, and here's your basket. This is you now, right? Wow, you look massive, bro. This is you in the past, very, very far in the distant past. This is in the far future. And this is your basket. Let's see what you have here. Tofu, Texas pecan. You have some spaghetti sauce, some artificial, like whatever, I don't know, processed spaghetti sauce with chemicals in it, byproducts. Pasta, which is so nasty. None of these foods, this is why you're always hungry, because these foods are not real foods. They're processed. This is now processed from engineered food. And I don't even know what this is. Sweet potatoes or potatoes in there. You got a cantaloupe. And then you have back there, you're hiding it. It's mustard, because you're hiding the hot dogs. You bought the mustard for hot dogs because you eat a very unnatural food. So who's more crazy? People that eat natural food, animal foods, or your coach Blaha that eats this artificial food that is overfed and undernourished. Why do you think Blaha looks like this? Overfed and undernourished. Overfed and undernourished. Now, what's going to give him that pumped look? Those potatoes. He eats a lot of potatoes. See that in there? A lot of those nice potatoes. The pumped look, bro. But anyways, this isn't enough food to feed anybody. How long could this food last anybody? Not very long. But then again, look at this pasta. There's no meat here whatsoever. He doesn't eat any meat. You need to eat meat because you're a human. You're a carnivore. Makes you healthy. But anyways, let's get back to this video.
these people eat honey. Okay? Now, I want you to understand that this shows that they are not based on any sort of science, any sort of...
Yes, they eat honey, okay? And you eat shit. You eat tofu and spaghetti and sauce and hot dogs, and you eat chemicals like this mustard. It's full of chemicals. Yeah, man, you're overfed and undernourished, bro.
Logic, any sort of ration. It is purely a religious ideology.
No. You see, the people are trying to move away as far as they can from this artificial lifestyle, but it's very difficult when you're living in an artificial environment like you. Why are you lifting weights? This is abnormal what you're doing. This is abnormality. You understand me? It's abnormal to be lifting weights because they don't exist in nature. In nature, nobody would do any of these so-called exercise lifting weights, man-made metal. You're lifting man-made metal because you're nuts.
Because they have a religious dogmatic belief that animal
And what you're doing is not religious?
products are good, that anything comes from an animal is good, and anything that comes from a plant is bad.
No, that's not what they're really saying. They're saying that animals are protected by toxins and poisons, and that's why plants are bad for you, because they're poisonous. You understand me? But when you eat animals, they're not poisonous. They're not filled with sugar or toxins or poison. You understand me? They filtered it out for you. So you eat the animal and you stay healthy, because we're carnivores. We're small animals. We're carnivores. Small animals are carnivores. The big animals, usually, the biggest ones, are herbivores, the massive ones. Why are they so massive eating plants? I can't tell you. I don't know. I have to look up into it to find out exactly. Could be a lot of things. Who knows?
And I think this sums it up more than anything. And the reason we say that, because of the honey thing. Now, people will say, well, what's wrong with honey? Well, it's a refined sugar for all purposes, and it doesn't matter.
Is it a refined sugar? I don't know. If you put sugar in it, maybe. If you put sugar in it, okay, it's natural. You say, well, it's natural occurring. Yeah, but fruits have sugar in it too, fructose. So again, it has its natural type of sugar that would be in there, right? Of course, if you didn't add it in there. So, these things have some natural things because they're from plants. They're from flowers. The bees are pollinators.
That it was made by bees instead of people. It doesn't even matter that there's some antioxidants in there. It doesn't matter that it can potentially help with allergies if it's a local honey, because those are separate topics.
I personally discovered that these plants are like fillers. They sell you they sell you meat, okay, in the market. Everybody's eating meat. The majority of the population, come on, they're eating meat. And so you cook the meat, though, you kind of destroy some of the vitamins in it, okay? Depending if it's rare, medium rare, really very rare. Again, overfed, undernourished. And so you eat these plants with your foods, like the rice, the carbohydrates, everything. They're just fillers. It's like cardboard. It's like eating cardboard. It's a filler. They just sell it to you as a filler. That's about it. You can't digest or process any of these plant foods or fruits. You can't process them because of cellulose. Humans cannot digest or process these things. So they're worthless. They're worthless. Doesn't matter what's in there, and it's toxic. And so they make them anti-nutrient. The toxicity makes it anti-nutrient. That's why you're constantly hungry. You're constantly hungry because you're eating cardboard. And so, the best is to eat meat. To eat animal products as raw as you can, so you can extract the nutrients, so your body can extract the nutrients. But the problem is, you're evolving in taste now. That's the problem. You're eating for taste, because our evolution in this artificial world, we're evolving in taste. We eat things based on taste. We don't eat anything anymore based on nutrient value for health purposes. We eat not for health purposes, but for taste, which is really bad. That's why we're so messed up. Society's so messed up.
Okay? In other words, bark, you can eat bark, but does it mean it's healthy for you? No, but you can eat it. That's why they're grinding up, bark right now and putting it in foods. They're putting sawdust in foods. In other words, it's a filler because it's just like the plants. It doesn't really matter. Might as well just feed you that. Something can have some beneficial properties and still have a bunch of negative properties. Okay, does that make sense?
No, it has no negative properties. Meat has all the beneficial properties and no negative properties with it. Now, plants have no positive, they're all negative. They're all negative.
Hopefully people grasp that, right? Everyone grasps that very few things
Yes, everybody grasp that.
in this world are universally good or universally bad for you. there are things that will absolutely kill you that might have some.
I mean, look at that body, bro. It looks terrible. Look at his feet. Look at his legs there at the bottom. All these skin diseases he has, and they're just sitting there. You know that? He could go probably to a pharmacist or a doctor to get some special cream for that, you know, to clear it up, but he's too poor. He can't afford it. And so he has to suffer with that. It must be itchy as fuck, because that's why it's red and bleeding down there. It's red and bleeding because psoriasis is extremely itchy. Extremely itchy. Probably keeps him up at night for all I know. I don't know. But it's extremely itchy. So yeah. He doesn't look so good here, man.
Vitamins or something getting out. Okay? Dude, so again, hopefully we understand that point. Someone finds a snake venom that has antioxidants in it, we don't say that it's good for you because it has the antioxidants, but they might be in there.
Yeah, there's antioxidants in plants, but they're to protect the plants and not you. That's why they're not working for him. That's why he looks the way he does. Overfed, undernourished.
Maybe that's a bad example. But let's come over and let's talk about the honey. Actually, it wouldn't surprise me if carnivores start drinking snake venom next, because it comes from an animal that must be good for you.
Yeah, it is good. Plants are good for you. There's no snake venom in animals, dude. You're making that shit up. I would be surprised if vegans, the reason why they're making fake animal bacon and stuff out of plants is because they crave animal food, because it's based on morals. Their whole cult is based on morals. It's not based on health. That's why they want you to eat fake meat made out of plants, fake bacon, and a whole bunch of other stuff, fake butter, fake whatever, because they crave animal fat and meat. And so they have to make all these fake things. Yeah. That's why your coach Blaha, the closest he could get is spaghetti, because I think they do use some egg yolk when they make the pasta, don't they? But it's so over processed at this point. You could extract that egg yolk? I doubt it.
Better logic, right? And they wouldn't take the antidote if it was made from a plant, right? Oh, there's plant stuff in it. So
plants are toxic. Why do you think steroids destroy people? Steroids itself doesn't destroy people. It's the toxicity that's in the steroid when you inject it. It's slowly killing you, slowly aging you, cellular damage, and a bunch of stuff, bro. Because it's made out of plants. All plants are drugs, and all drugs are made from plants.
Here's the issue with the honey. It's a refined sugar. What is it that even most low-carb people, and carnivores largely...
I love how he tries to say that something natural like honey is refined sugar. Okay.
Based on low-carb, they're all anti-sugar they're anti-carb because of refined sugars, usually. They recognize and understand, but then they've created a whole ideology of that. Their refined sugars are bad because, and hopefully well this because of the refined fructose. Fructose without fiber. Okay? When it's consumed in significant, bees are not magical animals that when they refine something, that it's a different refinement than when a human refines it. In other words, if we take a plant, a sugar, and we strip it down, we refine the sugar and take all the fiber out, and we're left with something that's 50% fructose, which we normally call table sugar. Okay? We're not like magically different, so that if a bee or a rhinoceros or an ostrich or something else develops a way to put it through a similar process, that is removed. And that's exactly what honey does. It takes all this nectar, strips away all of the fiber, and we then create a source of highly refined fructose. As far as our liver is concerned, there's no difference. So here is the problem.
I don't know why it bothers him so much. why people are eating honey out there. I don't know, but whatever.
You now have people who what do we know about fructose intake? Fiber itself can offset the negatives of fructose. This is one reason fruit does not produce these same effects. One of the reasons. Plus, it's the whole matrix of a food. It takes long.
You can't digest fiber, okay?
we're going to break down. It gets to the large intestine, still slightly more intact. In other words, less fructose load in.
Look at the way he looks. This is what fiber does to you. Look, it makes you look 35, 25 years older than what you would normally be. Yeah, 25, 30 years older. He looks like he's 75 years old.
The bloodstream. Okay.
Here we have an example of I swear, you wouldn't know. If I told my friends, they think he's 75. I'm telling you, when I show this shot, they're like, he's 75, right? And I'm like, no, man, he's 47. He just turned 47. And then they're like, what? They go, the guy looks like he's 75 years old, man. Yeah.
Because honey, and then they're eating no fiber, they're eating no vegetables, no plants. They are getting the same equivalent of a straight up shot of table sugar, which most of us recognize is not good. And in their case,
listen, in his basket there, he's got tofu. That's sugar. It's converting to sugar. The potatoes, it's converting to sugar. The pasta, it's converting to sugar. The spaghetti sauces, they got sugar in them, and whatever else he has in that stupid basket. I can't even remember, some kind of pecan stuff, whatever. That's all converting to sugar. He's overfed and undernourished, I'm telling you. And his hot dogs and that stupid mustard and whatever else he's got.
they're exacerbating it. How are they exacerbating it worse? They eat a diet high in saturated fat. Okay, let's come over and talk about why is the American diet so bad? Why is the American diet just kill the hell out of us?
You should know. Look at your basket, your shopping basket. It's all artificial food, bro. You're overfed and undernourished. Look at you. Why do you think you're never building your body? You've never built your body. You wasted your time exhausting yourself in the gym like a lifting slave and eating slave food, bro. Overfed, undernourished.
It's a diet that's high in fat and high in saturated fat and high in refined sugars.
There you go. His potatoes, his pasta, his tofu, his pecan, and whatever else he had there. It's all sugar, high fat.
Okay,
So he has to work it off in this gym. He has to work it off in his garage. He made a special gym. I think everybody who's like him, crazy enough to eat that food, probably work out in their gym, just like work out in their garage, just like him in their garage gym, to work off these crazy calories, phony food. But then you're still hungry because you're overfed, undernourished. That's why you're deteriorating. You're aging very slow, but you're deteriorating faster than you're aging. You understand me?
Understood. Like the mechanisms behind why this is a problem is understood. So then the carnivores.
Look, it's like this. You're aging, you stopped aging at 25. So the aging process is extremely slow. I mean, really slow to crawl space. And so he's deteriorating faster than he's aging. That's why he looks older than he would normally look. Plus, here's another thing. Your repair mechanism doesn't work the same like when you were young. The best years to build muscle are from your teenage years to about 24, okay? After 24, 25, forget it. Your repair mechanism goes downhill. It's really hard. I'm not saying you can't. It's impossible, but it's really hard. So those are the best years, because between those early years, if you break a bone, notice it heals in 6 weeks. But if you break a bone after 25, it takes 7 months. See the difference? Because you're not growing anymore. You stopped growing. I think people are confused why people have better physiques when they work out in their teenage years up to 24. They look pretty good, some people, because sometimes they get this damage. So they look a lot better in their early years than they would in their later years. You understand me? Some of these guys look pretty good, and then so they mistaken them for being fake natties or whatever. Not everybody's a fake natty. You understand me? Your growing years, you grow better, in fact, and faster, and recover quicker in your early years. At your older years, it takes much longer. The process is the same. But the growth would be much stronger and better in your early years. That's why the people look better. Yeah, man.
Want to pretend that they're about health, and they'll already do the other warrior diet, high in fat, saturated fat, and then they'll eat honey because it's from an animal. And then they're like, well, see, you guys said that we're scared of carbs. We'll eat some carbs. So you're choosing to eat the worst possible carbohydrates you could eat, a refined fructose. Okay?
That's what he does. Fructose.
This is a problem.
Yes, it's a problem, bro.
Right? I mean, they're already eating a Oreo.
This is already way too long.
When the reality is, generally, we do need to limit to some extent what we eat from animals if we're going to look at the data objectively.
No, we
Notice
don't
I didn't say you had to eliminate, I said minimize.
You don't have to eliminate anything from animals. Look at him. He's just a skinny, frail, old 75-year-old man pushing 80. Jesus. No, if you listen to him, you'll become like him, man.
To some extent. It's beneficial.
Yeah, it's beneficial.
Honey, even though it nutritionally falls into this horrible area, it's problematic, they will still eat it and even advocate it, oftentimes purely because it comes from an animal, so that they can be consistent with their dogmatic, insane.
We know that honey doesn't come. We know that honey doesn't come from. Oh man, doesn't come from animals. Hello.
Philosophy.
It's not a philosophy. People are saying you can still eat some things, but you try to eat as healthy as possible. Like the majority of people out there in this artificial world are trying to eat as healthy as possible. The problem is it's very difficult in an artificial world to eat so healthy. Yeah. This guy's so unnatural. He can't even think what natural is anymore. He's so outside the box.
This is just as bad as the vegan. A ton of salt to it, right? Because it's vegan, it's okay. That is the same level of stupidity and mental illness being displayed. Because they're placing a religion and an ideology over science, over knowledge, over common sense. Again,
It's the same movements every single day. Factory worker, bro.
carnivore is a religion. It's a cult.
Carnivore is not a religion. It just means back to grassroots. You've been eating meat. Man, I've been eating meat since I was a kid, and the majority of my diet was always meat. I never liked fruits. I barely ever ate fruits. And yeah, I might have ate some bread and maybe carbohydrate something, but I didn't even eat fruits when I was young, man. Didn't want to eat them. Very rarely did I eat fruits, and yeah, I mostly ate meat. And yeah, there was some salad there sometimes. My mom would make it or something. I don't know. There was bread with butter on it or whatever. Some things like that. And most of the time, my mom pushed me to drink water. You know that? My parents were strange. They were like, milk's too expensive. Drink water. Okay, drink water. But I did drink milk still growing up. But that milk is so putrid. It's so garbage. Yeah, it's shit. A whole array of things, man. There's problems there all around. And I was a poor eater when I was young, man. I just didn't like to eat a lot.
This is my issue with veganism, even though I like plant-based and think plant-based has a potential for extremely high health. Okay?
So he thinks that plant-based has extremely for high health. There's extreme whatever for high health, whatever the fuck he's talking about. There's nothing for high health. Look at him drooping here. He's droopy. He's so drooping.
These are diet religions.
They are not diet religion. Vegan is new. It's a diet religion. Carnivore has always been around for millions of years. The carnivore diet, the carnivore food, eating animals has been around for, what are he talking about? We've been eating animals for millions of years. What is he talking about? It's a cult. He's mentally sick, this guy. Your coach is mentally sick, okay? The vegan diet is something made up by a bunch of people. The word vegan diet, it doesn't exist. But when you use the word carnivore, it just means meat. So you're telling me that us eating meat has not been around? It's a cult? What are you talking about? It's been around for millions of years. That's our staple item, our staple diet. Anybody will tell you that. It's kind of obvious.
Right. guys, but that's really all I had to say on that today.
Thank God, man. I'll see you in the next video. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. This guy is a cult. Look at his basket. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends.